your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports. So once again, you tuned into World Combat Sports. Salute. WCS Media on deck once again. And thanks to all the supporters, man, that drop in and support the live streams and the content. Be sure to follow me on all social media networks, man. WorldCombatSports.com, Facebook, Facebook channels, and of course, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Pass the word, sub, everything else in between that. You know how we do it. Brian Castano versus the unified super welterweight champion, Charlo. Final presser number 2 on deck. This is the rematch. All right. The presser went off. It wasn't that Tony Harrison, Charlo type of energy, but I'll tell you like this. It had its moments, even though those moments was quite small. It did have its moments where, the electricity was turned up a little bit. You felt the voltage just a little bit more so coming from the Argentinian fans. U.S. fans, we don't have an anthem that we can sing like that when another fighter is, talking about this, that, and the other, country versus country. People just don't sing the Star Spangled Banner. It doesn't mean the same as these preambles that go on with foreign fighters, period. But Brian Castano, Argentinian, he's set to defend his WBO super welterweight world title, and Charlo is set to defend his WBC, WBA, and IBF super welterweight world title. This has all the makings of something special. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the way they banged it out the first fight, it has all the makings, right? Both of these fighters aren't chumps. Charlo, in his rematch against Tony Harrison, he had the eye of a lion that was on the hunt. I have to give him that. He had the eye of the lion who was starving, who wanted to come back. He had a big appetite for that WBC title, and he's the one that stayed focused for the entire war. And he ended up gaining the victory by stopping Tony Harrison. Point blank, set aside, strike it, period. Tony Harrison lost focus. Even though he was still fighting a decent fight, he wasn't on the level mentally of Charlo. But one thing I noticed in this presser was that it seemed like Charlo's jaw is injured. The right side of his jaw. That is no Photoshop. That is nothing. That is just a simple screenshot. And shout out to my colleague, my constituent, that mentioned it to me earlier. So I said, you know what? I'm a little bit busy. I'm going to definitely look at it at the final presser. My compeer brought it to my attention. I said, you know what? It seems something is wrong. He's not even opening his mouth all the way. He's kind of giving us that 50 Cent vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's talking with his mouth closed. Even though you fully understand it, it seemed like something else going on. So I paid attention, scrutinized the final presser, and it looks like as we're looking at it, the left side of his jaw, as we're looking at it, is swollen. Also, it seems like his jaw might be wired. Something isn't right. That doesn't look normal. Coming from Charlo, that doesn't look normal right there, bro. Do you see that bubble? Do you see that bubble right there that I pointed to with the arrow? Do you see it? That is an abnormality. That's not normal. That's not him just gritting, and you know how your jaw um seems to pulsate just because you're gritting your teeth and you're biting down. No, that's not one of those moments. That's not one of those facial um expressions that you get when you're gritting your teeth. That's not. His jaw looks swollen. And I'm pretty sure Team Castano noticed that too. I'm pretty sure they noticed that, man. I'm pretty sure somebody brought it to his attention. I'm pretty sure, man. Look at that shit. It doesn't look normal. Listen to how Jamel Charlo was talking, as far as how far he can open his mouth. It just seems like something's wrong. I can't say allegedly on this because I'm assuming off the picture. It seems like he has a fractured or injured jaw, or it might be broken, or it was broken, and it's been going through the healing process. Real talk. You look at it for yourself. Look at the bubble that you see in that picture. Don't get mad at me. Overall, the presser, right? Something else I want to touch on. And y'all be sure to go past the word that it do look like Jamel Charlo has a broken jaw in recovery or whatever the case may be. If it's that swollen now, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be looking like Paulie Malignaggi's after it's all over with. But another thing I want to touch on, Jamel Charlo mentioned that he was an African man, and he talked about how military had defensive mechanisms and stuff like that. I just never really seen him, look out for the veterans or even give a shout out. It's quite difficult for me as a veteran to get them to understand that I represent the veterans in general when I go out here and do media. People can never see that's a fine line that you have to walk when you a vet, because you have so many people internally to the military. They want to sit up here and act like you're using the military to for whatever gain you're trying to make, when that's not the case. I don't even mention that shit at all. I've tried several times to represent, and do that, but then you always have these assholes that don't just look at your service and the fact that you got that Delta 214 over, and they just treat it like you did 20 years and you out here doing something, and you trying to use the back of the fallen soldiers to build up. What? I can't see how Jamel Charlo is all of a sudden talking about the military and talk about the USA and the country. Well, what are you saying, bro? You just called us broke. Like, what military are you talking about? Because to start off in the military, yeah, we make very minimal money when we're E1s, E2s, 3s. I've never seen Jamel Charlo do anything with the military on a consistent. Like, why bring that shit into it now? Did you have this same language when you fought Castano the first time? Did you make it USA versus Argentina? Did you? If you saw me walking around and I said, Jamel Charlo, can I talk to you for a second, and you didn't know who I was, would you treat me without knowing that I was a named retired vet? Would you treat me with dignity and respect without treating me like I'm just another black man? Because it seems like he's trying to bring the black people together. No, we've heard this. We've seen it. We heard it. No, we're not falling for this unga unga. You know what I'm saying? We don't hear the drums beating over here in the US. They had the drums. I'm just being honest though. Like, bro, you called us broke. So you're basically separating yourself from us in life. Where's this blackness coming from? We already knew from your skin color you was black and you was from Lafayette, Louisiana. We already knew that shit. But you took it upon yourself to go at another black man called Deontay Wilder when he was down. Is that being black? Is that supporting your blackness? Skills pay the bills. Is that supporting the blackness when a man is down? It's no racism. What? You want to talk about this black shit? You want to talk about blacks when you said it's no racism? I'm just throwing it out there. Like this the same guy say it's no racism in boxing, right? Quote unquote, allegedly, online. It's no if it's no racism, why are you talking about you're an African black man and all this other stuff? You know what I'm saying? You trying to make it country versus USA. What did Argentina do to us right now before this fight? And if we broke, I'm curious to see how many black fans gonna be in Carson, California to support you. Probably not many. You know why? Because majority of your card outside of Boots Ennis is Latino. You have Steve Lyons on there, a 33-year-old fighter. You know what I'm saying? And you have Brandon Lynch, I believe. But you know, Custio Clayton, he's Canadian. I'm not saying he ain't a brother, he black, but he's Canadian. Boots Ennis, Philly. But majority of your card on the A side is Latino fighters, bro. Neighboring fighters. You got Europeans, Mexicans, Argentinians, um, Armenians, you know what I'm saying? Puerto Ricans, Cubans. All of those are on your card. So how many black people coming to Carson to see you and Jerron Ennis, two black fighters fight? No, it's gonna be a majority Latino crowd there, man. And seriously, they come in there to boost up their Argentinian countrymen, and they come in there. Hopefully, that's enough to inject, a bit more spirit into his soul when it comes time to fight through that challenge, and they hope that he can hear them, and it can take him to a whole different level to fight out of adversity and to get these titles. Jamel Charlo, you better win tomorrow, bro. You better win tomorrow, man, because I'm telling you, what I see on this picture right here, you might be in that high guard. You might be in that high guard the first half of the fight, bro. You might be in that high guard, man. It looks like your jaw is injured. Real talk. What's going on, Showtime? What's good? Salute WCS. I'm here supporting. Appreciate you, big dog. Salute WCS. WCS give you the hot grease. It's a hot grease summer, especially. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Apollo? I mean, you see the picture. That's not Photoshop. You see it. Like I said earlier, my constituents brought it to my attention earlier today. So therefore, I had to scrutinize the presser to see if I seen anything that was idiosyncratic, you know what I'm saying, eccentric, that stood out to me, that was odd. And I did. For way which he was talking, and then it seems like he has a knot or something that's swollen as we're looking at it on the left side of his face. Look at it for yourself. It looks like an abnormality due to possible damage that he may have received during sparring or fight camp. We definitely know Blu-ray didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, it's like not like he was trying to do 700 push-ups before training and he couldn't get, 376. and he just dropped down on his jaw. No, no. Something looks wrong to me, man. Seawood on deck, what's good? I mean, I'm just saying, Seawood. Look, why would anybody come in here, you Seawood, and say you can't be serious of something that I seen with my own eyes? I don't just sit up here and fabricate stuff and come up with storylines. I'm seeing off what I seen on the presser. That's why it has broken jaw question mark. That doesn't do anything for the fight. You know what I'm saying? The fight is still official. They're gonna weigh in tomorrow, and that's what it is. But his jaw does look broken. Go back and look at the presser and do your screenshot. And you let me know. J Ocho on deck with it. What's good, J Ocho? Appreciate you pulling up. He got the Kanye jaw. Let me ask anybody in the chat. Have y'all seen his jaw look like this before? I'm just curious. Because look, this is not one of those big, huge fights. Okay, yeah, he'll be the first at 154 to do it. But as far as ticket sales and everything, this is not no grandiose, fight that people are just saying, you know what, I got to go see this fight. I mean, the freaking open workout was in Santa Monica, for Christ's sake. It's not going to be like this thing is going to sell a huge amount of tickets. So why would I come up here and do like other channels have done and create and insert false narratives into something? I said broken jaw, question mark. We're intelligent adults. I don't have to start using flashcards on camera now. Don't get me started. I don't have to use flashcards. I don't want to insult nobody. I don't have to find some neon markers and draw around the edges in bright yellow and write it in neon green. Question mark. What does that mean? It leaves it open for speculation. Question mark is saying that it's nothing definitive, but it leaves it open for questions, doubt. It is no way validating that it's exactly what I'm saying. I didn't put an exclamation mark at the end of broken jaw. I said question mark, people. Be smart. Anybody can look at that and see. But anyway, the fight is taking place tomorrow, people. Whether you want to just pay attention to my thumbnail or not, the thumbnail ain't going nowhere. You can go look at look. I spoke about this earlier about the C blind, right? That's what we got. We have C blind individuals. Look at the presser, and you tell me, does it look like he has a jaw injury? Because that's where I got this thumbnail from. That's where I got my screenshot. It's funny how some of y'all see all these other channels dropping 8 and 10 videos a day and be coming up with information that you cannot source with one other mainstream media. One other person, you can't source it. And y'all be over there in the chat just chilling. False narratives be dropping out of trees like motherfucking rotten apples. And y'all be there picking that motherfucker up. God damn, that shit's sweet. Worms coming out of it and everything. Oh man, this is good apples. That shit has been on the ground for a minute. False narratives be all around this mug. You can't even source anything because everybody pushing the same narrative. Somebody come out with it, others push it, and you can't even goddamn mirror it up or validate it nowhere else. But you say we know nowhere am I going with a broken jaw or whatever the case may be. Come on, Seawood, you better than that, dog. Come on, bro. And you know what? Better yet, if anyone disagrees with what I'm saying, DBMH on deck. You can also come on here and, talk your talk. That's all. I'm not gonna waste my energy, dropping all those obscenities and shit. I've been there, done that in the military. I got the Delta 214 over. I have that. I can talk to you like an adult. But if you disagree with what I said about this, why is it swollen? Why does it look like it's swollen or it's a knot or is it injured? Over that, I think it's going to be a damn good fight. Shout out to Boots Ennis. He didn't have much to say. In order for him to be this grand superstar that these individuals are pushing him to be, he's definitely gonna have to open up. And it's good to be humble, but black fighters, they shouldn't be the only ones stamped with a humble yourself. Isn't that what Jamel Charlo, Mr. African said? Humble yourself. Take less money. Be the challenger. That's one African not looking out for the next African. I'm just saying. Boots Ennis, he was humble. He definitely gonna let his hands do the speaking tomorrow night. Here's the future, and it's good that the channels are now, they just got their fresh pair of kicks, and they're pushing that wheelbarrow around with Boots Ennis in it, and they trying their best to be in his good graces, because he is a talented, rising sensation in boxing. He is, man. So if he goes in here and does well against Clayton, he'll probably open up, but he don't want to go up here and just talk and be reckless and everything like that. And he go in there and go the distance with this guy. I mean, people looking at Boots to go in there and stop this guy. So when you have that tag on you, you have to go in there and perform and give them the results that they're looking for. If they don't get the results, Boots are going to find out real quick that these same people that's hanging off the back of the train right now, they're going to jump off that motherfucker. That's just the way of the land, man. That's just the way it is. They ride with you 1 minute and the next you've been asking the entire time, man, why don't you come here and sit down? No, I'm fine back here. But it's hot back here. Why are you riding on the outside of the train? Man, I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to talk about that. But yeah, I'm just waiting for you to build up your resume, dog. I'm gonna hang out back here, bro. It ain't personal. All right, bro. All right, cool. Boots go the distance with Clayton. He come back out and look at the back of the train. Nobody there. The pressure the Argentinian people was representing. Where was Charlo fans at the presser? Good question, bro. Good question. Where was all the fans? I did hear a tweet. I heard some tweeties. You know what I'm saying? Some people saying something. I don't know. They might have been team, but the Argentinians, they pretty much took over the press conference. Brian Castano had to tell his people, it's okay, quiet down. They know you here now. How, if you saying this to US, the Argentinians is taking over the pressers? Where are the Africans? Can I ask you a question? Where are the Africans? I want to know. Where are the Africans? The drums that I heard was from the Argentinians, not the Africans. Where were the drums at? Where was the African drums, man? Wasn't that the Argentinians beating those drums? Man, I don't know, man. Where was all the Africans at that press conference in Carson? Where was the freaking Africans at, man? Why can't we just sit up here and rebel? You know why? Because you have a fighter that considers himself superior, who looks at the consumers that's supposed to pay to see him fight as inferior. He look at us as subordinates. He look at what he's been able to earn over a lifetime, the materialistic, you know, materialistic fruits of his labor, and he feel that since he's on that level, he's living where he's living. We're inferior. When somebody say you broke, I want to say, okay, if we broke, why don't you retire today? If we're broke, just retire. I see other people up here, trying to get close to Charlos now to fight. Man, that's just like typical YouTube itis, dog. These cats will talk about somebody throughout and what they're doing, then get close to the fight. They want to say, I'm going with the brother. You can't have that mentality when the brother ain't going for you. You can't sit up here and have this mentality all the time. I'm going for the brother. The brother treat his own people like shit, but I'm going for the brother. Chris Colbert did the exact same thing. They wanted to zone in on Deontay Wilder, who's been reigning over 5 years at the time. This man was in a trilogy with the top heavyweight in boxing. He fought that man 3 times, but yet our people was the one who stood out and had something critical to say. But yet we get emails all because of Canelo lost to Bivol, and we get Africans up here sending out, oh, I think it's disgusting. It was disgusting seeing the Africans sit up here and dog out Wilder when he took a loss. That's disgusting. It's disgusting when people get sucker punched in the back of the head. That's disgusting. We got this mentality. Don't nobody need to tell me shit where I'm from. I already know where I'm from. I have every right, just like y'all have the right, to sit up here and go at black men all the time on this YouTube shit and call them all sorts of names. And then you get mad and say they emotional when they standing up as a man should. That's some coward ass sissy type stuff. And then you want to you have the ones that has brought in a new trend now. You know what I'm saying? The D menage a trois. You know what I'm saying? They keep the D in their mouths and have a menage a trois in the company of other men over and over and over and over again. And this is primarily directed at other black men. So let's not forget, because I heard several members say that we're going to stay close to the Charlos because they chose to the finger point and talk shit about Deontay. Skills pay the bills. Okay, let's see if those skills pay the bills tomorrow night. We ain't forget. They just didn't make one comment now. They made several comments. Deontay Wilder was on live and, he won't say it ain't no racism in boxing. Why would you be making yourself known for the wrong reason while this man having the press? We ain't forgot. Now it's your turn. He did a trilogy. This your rematch. Let's see how you fare tomorrow night against this strong Argentinian that gave you hell the first fight. We're not going to sit up here and do this and say, oh, well, I don't know Brian Castano like that. And we call ourselves boxing aficionados. We going for Charlo when they dead ass wrong. Man, pick a side and stick to it. Don't bring no blackness and no African in this shit because y'all sit up here and criticize and denigrate blacks all the time. And you want to bring in Africans at the press conference? You're the same one y'all was up here accepting the freedom belt? 2 black hands freaking linking up like one slave trying to help another. You good? Let's go. I hear the dogs are coming. Do you hear the barking? The dogs are coming. Get out of here with that shit, bro. Where are we at? Speak the truth for real. Chad Perez, what's good? Charlo shit on his fan base. I just look at it like, man, why am I the only one saying this, man? We can't forget that. Y'all want to jump on the Charlo bandwagon at the last minute. Like y'all jumped the turnstile and go hopped on the damn train. Oh, thank God I'm here. Woo, that was close. How y'all gonna jump on this man bandwagon? He was one of the most popular fighters when he was winning the Bronze Bomber. He's getting dogged out by black fighters. Chris Colbert already took his L. Now, Charlo, it's your turn. Chris Colbert took his L. He was talking all that shit about other black fighters. He talked shit about Shakur Stevenson. He talked shit about Deontay Wilder. And then he took that L. And he was talking shit about somebody else too. And he took that L. He came in there looked like Tetris himself, reincarnated 3.0, 2022. And Hector Garcia beat the color out of him, out of his uniform. And then right after Deontay Wilder was stopped, what happened? Skills pay the bills. Okay. All right. Let's see tomorrow night. Skills pay the bills, bro. I'm not wishing anything on Charlo. I don't do that. I don't wish anything, but I'm going for Castano. I'm going for Castano because I think I'll be able to purchase a ticket for Castano, knowing damn well that he respects the fact that I'm coming to see them fight. Charlo, he'll probably say, "Oh, you purchased the ticket. Where you sit at? Up in the nosebleed. Broke. You broke. Why you didn't sit on the floor? Oh, you ain't got that. You broke. Man, come on, man. We ain't ignoring that shit, bro. We ain't ignoring that. We ain't about to sit up here and dog out the black people in between fights. But then when they get close to your presser and weigh-ins and your fight date, people want to jump on the bandwagon and start supporting the black fighter. When it's black people on YouTube getting dogged out every day. We need to make up our mind. We're gonna support our people or not. We can't pick and choose when, because if you went to sleep with that shade and woke up with it, you was black, right? And when you crack your mouth open and you're in the same sport as the person that you're criticizing, you have to continue to show and prove. Especially the Charlos, man. Notice I haven't even mentioned anything about those other two people. I haven't mentioned Mel Charlo's stablemate, and I haven't mentioned the other opponent. That's because I can speak on a topic and keep it on that topic. I don't have to then blend it in with something else. No, this is all about you, Jamel Charlo. The broke people want to know, is your jaw broken? That's what the broke people want to know. The broke people want to know if you broke your jaw and if your jaw is wired. Because that doesn't look natural from what we used to seeing you. That doesn't look natural, man. And you know Castano, come on, you know Castano, you know what he does. He's going to hunt for the head. That might be his detriment this fight. I don't know. But he's going to head hunt. If he has any indication, especially when he get that up close and personal, face off with you again. He got it today. When he get that up close and personal and he looking at you head on, he probably going to have that poker face and he say, yeah, he got that injury. Okay. He got that injury. Y'all see that? The right side of his face is fucked up. I think his jaw is broken. What you think? His team gonna say, you might be right. We got to test that. We got to test that. Castano say, we got to test that. We got to test that early. We got to see if that jaw's okay. We got to see if that African jaw is okay. Andrew Charles, what's good with it? Showtime say Charlo shit on his fan base. Absolutely he does, man. Real estate agent narrative pushes enjoy energy. WCS killing the game. Oh, man, you killing the game, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Everybody that's in the building. You know, this is, the Brian Castano versus Jamel Charlo unification match at super welterweight for undisputed. But I have to keep this shit as honest as I possibly can. I'm absolutely not supporting Charlo going into this fight because he done sit up here and degraded the same Africans that he was trying to rally. Isn't that what they said while we lost the land in the first place? We bowed our head in prayer and we opened our eyes. All we had was a Bible. Haven't we been going through this shit for years upon years upon years? Certain people want to pick and choose when to support their own, but yet in between time, you want to sit up here and excoriate them, vilify them, call them nigga this, nigga that every time you get a chance. You know what I'm saying? Call them all sorts of homosexual epithets, talking like sissies. I mean, when we used to grow up, shit, we used to say, "Man, tell your girl to see me. Now bring your girl over here. I bet I can get your girl." That's what we used to say. Going on, where your girl at, man? I bet I can pull your girl. I guarantee it. We used to say shit like that. But these cats, this day and time, all they do is talk about the letter D phonetically. That's all they talk about. That shit is strange, ain't it? That shit is strange to me. You can't find any insults to deal with a female? I mean, really. But man, you know what it is when it come to me, man. This is not anything personal. Like I gave him props for his father being on deck, all that. When it comes down getting closer to the fight, I don't care what any other channel is saying. I'm telling you what I've listened to and what I've experienced. And when you sit up here poking the bear, stepping on a man when he's down, another black fighter, you didn't bond with a black fighter. And look, you know me, I'll still give you reflection. Let's go further back on what you was doing with my boy, my guy Joshua Greer Jr. Y'all remember you remember back then when that video went viral? Charlo up there going at Joshua Greer, who fights at bantamweight, cussing him out in public. They sitting down at a weigh-in, just going at him, and Joshua sitting up there, calm, cool, and collective. It's rumor has it that Joshua Greer knocked out a super welterweight. It's rumor that he knocked him out in the club. That's rumor. But who was the guy? Charlo's. Who was the guy when your brother Maul was freaking weighing in? And once again, you're arguing with two brothers, Javante Davis and who? Adrian Broner. Do you want me to keep going? Okay, Jared Hurd was unified champion. Who's up there disrespecting him and his family? Jamel Charlo. What just happened? What do we see when they was at the fight? When Jared Hurd walked up on Maul? No, this ain't for you. That's for that brother back there behind you. He's up to my, I kill your wife and your daughter allegedly, whatever he said. Hey, either way, it was disrespectful. They constantly disrespect their own people, bro. Constantly disrespect their own people. You think a brother that does media, that's a retired vet, you think I would have got the ride in his car? Nah. You know why? Because in this day and time, they love to keep that D in their mouth. Oh no, he just D riding. What Charlo say? Oh, he clout chasing. We have to get out of these like narratives that we push all the time. These culture invitational narratives that come up on the scene, and it's all brand new and refreshing, and people want to continue to use them because it sounds good. You think I would have got that ride? What would I have had to do as a brother to be able to get that access? Me being a vet. You want to talk about military? You ain't been to combat, shouty. You've been in a controlled environment. You are a participant in a sport where you're fighting. We actually go to combat where there's no rules. It's not necessarily saying you're gonna come back mind, body, and soul the same way you left. You might be missing some limbs. You see the comrades that you serve with getting blown up. But yet you are competing in a controlled combat sport. You get to leave the ring and live to fight another day if God blesses you. So don't bring this military shit in and when it comes to an Argentinian fighter. Don't bring Africa in here when it's several occasions where you sit up here and you had verbal insults, verbal sparring matches with Africans. People have to tell you, calm down, calm down. I even heard, one of my constituents say, he helped you out, and you said something to his family in front of his family, dog. You disrespectful. King Mitch on deck with it. What's good? Come back. You got Castano. Let's bet that 50 on Spence for no, no, no. Look, Mitch, you bet for fun. Because when it comes time for me to pay you, you don't have a cash app. So I don't know where you at. I don't know if you got name, at the White House. I don't know if you at the headquarters. I never can pay you, dog. It's no need for us to bet. Because how am I going to get my money if I haven't been able to pay you the other two? No, the other one that I just lost, the other 50. I still owe you 50, dog. And you say you don't have a cash app or nothing. You might just be a secret squirrel. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But we just betting for play. This ain't Connect Four, goddammit. You keep betting for play. This ain't a Monopoly board. Hey man, I got those properties. You got that money you owe me. I want to get this property now. You know the total right now, right? We start betting in 2021, and we've been betting it's 2030. I know you're much older, but you know how much you owe me, right? We up to 3,000 right now. I need that. I got my shit set up now. I need for you to give me. I need you to come off the bread, dog. No, man, we ain't doing that, Mitch. For real, we ain't doing that shit. But y'all know what it is, man. Don't come in here with no sort of attitude. Don't all angry and shit. I'm just telling you what I feel about Jamel Charlo, man. He's a loose cannon, bro. He don't respect his people. How many times have you heard that? First of all, how many times have you seen him disrespect his own people? And then how many times have you heard him call his own people broke? Call his fan base broke? How many times, man? It's been too many times where he has insinuated that we're broke, we're not on his level, and we need to find something else to do because supporting him is pointless because he don't give a damn about us. How many times has that been that way? So y'all want to get up here and y'all want to push it because it's close, man. Fuck all that. Forget all that. Don't bring no black shit up in here to me. If you're the same ones, when it comes down to it, you up here dogging. Look, explain me this. If you grow up into a man, and a lot of us have families, right? You're basically raising your kids up to be something. Most of us who are in sound mind and body raise their kids up to be some type of leader with a leader mentality. So if you're on YouTube and you are following anybody who's talking down to you as an adult, there's plenty of them that do it. They're talking down, talking about what they're gonna do and all this other shit. So when you defend yourself in the process of defending yourself, you might raise your voice, you might become irritable, and it might be inflection to the point where you have to address that person in the same tone for which they're addressing you. Now, this is the part which is distorted to me. If the provocator and the antagonist is the one that is talking down on the person, and that person who is receiving all this venom, they stand up for themselves as a man. I'm just talking about men right now. What is wrong with that? I'm gonna call it for what I said. If you're sitting up here thinking that's okay for a person to be able to yell, kick, and scream, because there's plenty of them out there, yell, kick, and scream and shit, and talk down, drop all these aspersions on someone, belittle them, just all out of control, when that person is grown like you. And then when they stand up and defend themselves, you say they in emotions and they weak and all that. What the fuck are you doing? Y'all some hoes. That is hoe type sissy mentality right there. Because I see it with my own eyes when y'all be over there with these channels, letting yourself be a part of something that you're not going to let somebody do to you. The mere fact that you allowing somebody to do it to someone else and you in the chat just co-signing off this shit is whole mentality. All you need now is a nice skirt to go with that whole mentality. Get a couple of tattoos of some roses and some hearts. You know what I'm saying? Just dress it up real nice. I'm just being honest on what I see. If Charlo was to come at me and say some things like this is the perfect example. And I know y'all in the chat understand where I'm coming from. Wasn't Charlo one of the ones who was trying to stop someone from getting credentials? All because he didn't agree? Wasn't Charlo the one that was speaking of blue? He tried to tell people to unsubscribe to Blue Blood, all because he didn't agree with something he said. Wasn't that a black man attacking another black man and say, "Oh, I want to destroy something that I didn't help build"? So all the time that Blue Blood been on here putting out videos, Charlo didn't care anything about that. They want to make sure that they restrict him from any further accountability when it comes to him getting access or building up his channel. He's going to come in and tell Blue Blood subscribers to unsubscribe a platform that he did not assist in building to the point where it's at now, right? All right, I get it. I get it. J Ocho say, skills pay the bills. They better. They better, bro. I can go on and on about this guy. But one thing about my people, though, I don't have to wake up and ask permission to speak on what my people, on what I've experienced with my people. When it comes down to this, we might have one altercation, then you have individuals this day and time on YouTube. I have to keep on talking YouTube because you have the individuals that create ghost accounts and they'll come back and try to troll your shit. You have individuals that call up other grown ass men while we supposed to be having a one-on-one conversation. And you call up other grown men to tag team in. That is hoism. Okay? That is simply hoism that you're a part of right now. We try to tear each other's platform all the way down to the bare. We didn't help build it. But since you got a problem, you want to go out here and get other followers, get other people that's wearing the same costume as you with the multicolored hair, big shoes, big nose. And you know, some of y'all paint your lips too and your fingernails. So you want to gather an entire circus so you can parade around here with the same narrative. Clown after clown after clown after clown. And y'all don't even really have the mentality of, I mean, y'all just sitting up here saying, I'm going to tell my kids to pretty much be this, but on YouTube, I'm going to be that. You really need to pay attention when you think your kids don't hear you in here talking the way you do. They do. You need to pay attention. If you're trying to say you want to build up your kids to be leaders, whoever has kids, some of us wasn't blessed by God to be able to produce kids because it's better that they're not in your company. All of us is not parents. But if you're going to sit up here and say, we're going to be leaders, but you run the cats. What if your kids start to like boxing and they see the Charlos out here, dogging out their own people? But yeah, he's going to have the audacity, the rally the Africans. Nah, I ain't buying that shit, bro. I'm going to be honest. I'm not buying. I'm glad it's on free TV too. I mean, no, we're not buying the African shit next to fight night. We're not buying that shit, bro. We're not. It's been too many occasions where you done dogged out your own people. Your shoulders should be tired. If you allow individuals like Charlo, if you allow individuals like on YouTube to continue to walk on your back, say these derogatory comments, and those same individuals that's listening to it They will sit up here and co-sign, and they will sit up here and stand by and say, "Oh, let me type in the chat. Let me put emojis up there." If you are co-signing and you pacifying this situation the way you are, like it's cool, then you just as wrong. That means that same person that you're co-signing, if they do it to you, you should bow down too. You should kowtow, put your head on the pavement. You ain't no better. You weak, just like the next one was weak. The ones that stand up, man, kudos to you. Kudos to you, the ones that stand up to these cats. These sissies out here. These sissies that keep on, using the phonetic D word all the time. Or a corporation, social media corporation, social media fellatio, in the company of other men. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. We don't, these cats don't talk about the women that's out there, God's beautiful creation. They busy want to talk about their male genitals that God blessed them with since day one. He didn't bring a goddamn instruction manual for it. But when it comes to standing up for yourself, these cats act like you're not supposed to. They act like you're supposed to just bow down and bend over, dog. Like, dude, where y'all cats? Where y'all from, bro? Y'all are still up here and put threats on all these other people because they don't like your favorite boxer. But yet, you let other people just sit up here and dog out your own people. And you won't even stand up for yourself and say, man, I'm listening to this shit. I don't agree with it. I see y'all over there in the live chat, man. Come on, bro. You know what it is, Jay? Rally the Africans. And don't nobody want to hear that bullshit, dog. Alexander on deck, what's good? I saw the title, join, smash the like button. What up, WCS? What's up with it? Man, what y'all think, man? You think it's Photoshop? It's not. I don't do that. All you got to do is go back. Let me see, can I give you a timestamp? Let me help you out. Let me see, can I give you a timestamp right quick? No, I got rid of the video. But go to Showtime Boxing and go to the Charlo Castano 2 final presser and go near the end. Go near the end, okay? Not close to the end, but near the end, and you can see his jaw pretty good. Now, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it looked like that way to me. Let me see right here. Let me see if I can hold up for a second. Let me see if I can get it right here. I can't really see with the lighting. The lighting is different when he was in the ring. The lighting is different. And while I'm on Charlo, right, let me reemphasize something when it comes to my black fight fans and my Africans. Since we all in a huddle right now, waiting for the damn barn fire tonight. Let's reemphasize something that Charlo said about Terrence Crawford. I said I wasn't even gonna cross thread it, but I'm speaking about him being in the ring in the open workout. Okay. I always have to then just break the pause because certain people they hear audio and then you have um the 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 S double S's running back and telling. So they themselves ain't at the press conference, but they probably know who video it is. People are asking Mel Charlo more about other fights than they are his fight. This man has the opportunity to be the first. Go down in history. Just like Canelo. They asking about other fights. And that's what I said earlier, not to retread on information, but yes, I'm a retread on information. He said he hadn't beat nobody over there. 7 fights at welterweight say he did, barely making weight. Well, then common sense and logic could tell us that he's barely making weight. He's suitable for move up on 154, right? Right? So Jamel Charlo has a problem with Terrence Crawford calling him out. That's all it is. Another black man calling him out. It just happened to be a black man that a whole lot of people need in their boxing topics because he's that dude. He's top pound for pound. He's that guy. But how do you see that Terrence Crawford, who has achieved much more than Jaron Ennis at this point, much more than Jaron Ennis, how can these Africans be putting off other Africans on other Africans? That African Terrence Crawford called out you, Jamel Charlo. He wants to fight you, bro. He wants to fight you. One African challenging another African. Both of you are champions in different divisions. What's wrong with it? Hold on for a second. It's a video. No, this is not it. Hold on. I don't. Let me see. So one thing to note before I move on past this is that this video was, I would say, a long 2 minutes for Jamel Charlo. The reason being is that the projected questions was off topic to him and his opponent that he's going to face this weekend. They were pretty much talking about Canelo and Terrence Crawford. That goes to show you the bigger names in the sport of boxing. All right, that goes to show you that they wasn't really mentioning Errol Spence like that because people are seeing through all the smoke now. They wasn't really talking about Crawford Spence because people are exhausted talking about the bullshit. So now they sitting up there asking you at your open workout about what you think about Crawford's words. And like I said earlier today, Crawford's doing the same thing that Jamel Charlo was doing to Saul Canelo Alvarez. Did he not call him out? Is Canelo not at a higher weight class? So Crawford's at a lower weight class and Jamel Charlo's at a higher weight class. Crawford is doing the exact same thing that not only Jamel Charlo did, but your stablemate did also. Y'all was both clout chasing, if that's what you want to call it. Furthermore, you're sitting up here believing that we are buying the fact that Errol Spence was going to be the one facing Crawford next, and they trying to make a backdoor deal to fight Canelo 2 weight classes up. Who's Canelo chasing? Come on, bro. Y'all sounding real stupid. Who's Canelo chasing, bro? Crawford needs to fight in his weight class. He need to take less money. He need to do this and that. Like y'all, I see where the slavish mentality come from. Y'all was offering $100 million for Canelo, and what were y'all getting? Hands? What were y'all getting, bro? If no one's willing to goddamn clean up this shit and talk this shit for what it is, I will. What were y'all getting? If Terrence Crawford has did enough in his career with his experience, shouldn't he be calling you out, Jamel Charlo, and you got the belt? Hoping that you unify? What you gonna say? Nah, fight somebody else. You don't have that power. You're gonna sit up here and duck a welterweight, when your stablemate Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia, four-way champion. Terrence Crawford's a three-way champion. He's trying to become four off your expense. So you gonna sit up here and say he clout chasing? Man, get the fuck out of here with that. The Africans don't believe you, bro. The Africans don't believe you, man. Furthermore, all three of y'all over there in Texas, Canelo chasing. If you never fought at 68, but you're trying to get Canelo to come down to a division that he has since abandoned, you want him to come down to 160, 2 pounds below, and you think that's okay? Canelo chasing. Errol Spence trying to make a deal, 3 weight classes higher, Canelo chasing. Canelo chasing right now for the Africans is worse than clout chasing. You know why it's worse? Because y'all not even trying to give the brothers a shot. Short terms right there. Y'all ain't trying to give the brothers a shot. Canelo chasing is worse than clout chasing. Because that term is just thrown up. But what you're doing, you're basically being attached to one person. And that one person is Latino. And he's getting all the money. And here go all the Africans running behind the Latino. All the Africans running. Canelo, payday, payday, please, payday. We give you 100 million. We can get paid 4.5 together. Long as you allow us to step in the ring. Because when we lose, when we take the L, these cats hoping that L illuminate itself like that L Canelo has on his record, had on his record for a long time in the name of Floyd Mayweather. Oh, now we have the African fighters. We're looking at this shit like, well, they was daring to be great. Canelo did it. Come on, man. We desperate. We desperate for real. We have 3 fighters. One on the pound for pound list, and other 2 trying to make the pound for pound list. Potentially Jamel Charlo get these belts. He may be on the pound for pound list. 8, 9, 10. He may be on the pound for pound list. Right next to bumping shoulders with Josh Taylor. But then if you pick up the belts, you have to understand, if this fight with Spencer Crawford doesn't happen, he definitely going to start putting you in his range. He going to start lining you up and say, you know what? Man, let's fight for those belts, dog. Break bread. Now, because Charlo going to go find a Latino. Because most of the guys that's fighting on this undercard is Latinos. You see where I'm going with this? This dude, most of his undercard is Latinos, bro. Then him and his brother fought on Juneteenth, and most of the card was Latinos. Man, this is ludicrous, man. Like Mike Tyson, this is lunacy, bro. Like, come on, man. What is this African shit? Your undercard at Juneteenth was mostly Latinos. This undercard is mostly Latinos, Armenians, Mexicans, Europeans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans. Big fat boxing media, but blue blood still rise for him. Wake up. I make phone calls. I'm just saying, man. The man was trying to tear down a platform that he built on his own. All off something he disagreed with. One time. One time, y'all. What happens to everything we've seen him do out in the boxing public? We done seen this man tear down his people over and over again, man. Over and over and over again. He don't even want to break bread with his own stablemate. If Errol Spence is that close to Jamel Charlo and he picked the belts, and Errol talked to him next time they come to the gym and say, hey, Mel, let's go make some money together, man. I want to fight for those belts. We're going to see the truth. We're going to see the truth come out. Either Mel Charlo gonna respect that man for one fight for the belts, or you gonna see him full time over there at Guzman training. Man, shit, Arrow on this bullshit, man. Fuck that. He wanna, he jealous, man. He clout chasing. He see me with the belts and he wanna fight for my belts after I earned it. See, I gotta get away from that. That's why I'm training with Guzman full time now. Mark what I tell you, bro. You think he's gonna get Errol Spence that shot? You think he really cared? You think Maul Charlo cared that Mike Tyson was telling him you got to break bread with your friends? You got to make money with your friends. Do you think he actually digested that as food for thought? What's good? Major Key Boxing on deck. What's good with it? Shelton Moore. What's good? Sheldon say WCS broken jaw. WTF? People, in my description and on my thumbnail, I have depicted a question mark that leaves it open ended for speculation. All right, it's not nothing that I said with an exclamation or a period. It's just what I see off the video in that lighting. It looks like something is messed up with his jaw. See, I'm glad y'all coming over here in the chat and y'all looking at this and y'all say, because I don't be putting out the bullshit like a lot of people do. They just put out shit. Like dinosaurs actually exist, man. They created one from DNA from an egg they found, and it was up there in Germany somewhere, man, just breaking down buildings. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do. I'm just telling you, broken jaw question mark. That's what it looked like in the screenshot. It looks like something is wrong with his jaw, even the way he's talking. Now, if by chance this comes out in the wash this weekend, don't. The only thing I want to see, you come back over here and you say, you know what? I'm not gonna browbeat you for super chats. I don't do that. But I just want you to understand that if it comes out in the wash that his jaw was fucked up and the C blind was out here going around, hey, what is that? It looked like something wrong, but no, man, it's just the lighting. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do it. They have their lighting and this angle, that angle, almost like boxing. Yeah, just get off the subject. I'm looking at it on TV and I paid more close attention because my colleague hit me and said, man, look at his jaw, man. It some seems like it's wrong. So I scrutinize it. I say, damn, it does look like something's wrong with Jamel Charlo's jaw. The way he's talking, it seems like he's not able to open his mouth up, as much. It might have been injured for a while in camp. He had it wired shut, allegedly, and it might be in the healing process. So, with jaws, you really can't take that wire out until it's that time. You can't take it out ahead of time because all you're gonna do is go right back and it's not fully healed and break it again. But I'm pretty sure somebody else would do their due diligence, go take a look at the video, and then you got to understand this is YouTube we talking. So they'll say, WCS mentioned that. Oh, fuck that. I ain't gonna talk about it, man, because F that nigga. F WCS, man. Forget that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to piggyback off that shit, man. Look, it don't matter if you think I'm right. Am I wrong? I put a question mark at the end like everybody else. Okay. When you see breaking, wow, whoa, breaking, wow, whoa. At the beginning of a description, and then you read the rest of it, don't act like you over there asking them, huh? That really happened? Not to mention if they have a question mark in between all of that. And some people don't even care to put a question mark. They'll just put false stuff up there and have you tune into it and listen to you just create a damn narrative. You done wrote a whole damn mini book of information that you just choose to insert in there based off zero sources. Still on deck with it. What's good? But hey, I want y'all to do y'all research, man. If you choose to, look at the video near the end. If I could go back and take a peek at it, I'll give you a timestamp where you can pay attention to the way his jaw look. That's all. That's all. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's it. Um, what else before I shut this shit down? Oh, let me go to this right quick. Where was it? Did I get up out of it? Let me see. I just wanted to go through a little bit of articles. Jamal Charlo predicts Canelo KO's Bivol in rematch. How? How? Because you want to fight with them all? Here we go Canelo chasing. I'm not even gonna read the article because they Canelo chasing, man. Remember, I said it. Canelo chasing is worse than clout chasing because you know these are Africans that's supposed to be fighting for the top tier spot, but yet they chasing the Latino who's up there solo dolo by himself making all the money. The B side is preparing to give this man all the fruits on the platter. He don't have to do nothing. He stops in, he checks out the numbers. They're great. Meet you on fight night. Great. Oh my God, I'm fighting Canelo. It paid off. Al, did you sign me up too? I see Maul got the fight. Am I on there too? Yes, you're there, my king. Thank you. 55 million? We're giving them 55 million. I'm getting 2.6. Yes. Great. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Get out of here with that, man. I'm looking for this one article that Jamal Charlo had. I don't want to hear nothing about what Jamal Charlo is saying about freaking Dimitri Bivol getting knocked out by Canelo in a rematch. Man, please. That just goes to show you he's trying to be in the good graces. Canelo chasing. Let me see. Canelo Alvarez lowered to number 6 in pound for pound. Who's number 1 though? That's all I wanted. No, nobody's really talking about that. We still have people, doing lives talking about what Crawford isn't, what he ain't, what he never will be. Well, guess what? He's pound for pound number 1, Shotty. Why don't you do a thumbnail on that? Why don't you do a thumbnail on that? Jamel Charlo wants to remove the judges from the equation on Saturday night. Okay, you're gonna have to do that, bro. You're gonna have to do that. Remove the judges. Because right now, look, once again, check this out. I know my colleague had mentioned this before. Sort of kind of he had mentioned this before, right? Why is Jamel Charlo seeming apprehensive about this fight where he believes that the collective community that's going to be paying attention to the fight in-house will be Latinos, and somehow, some way, the conspiracy is in. He believes that the judges may be conspiring to bring the Argentinian to the forefront to win all the titles. In that case, let me reflect upon something that just went down there, Jamel Charlo, while y'all Canelo chasing. Did Dmitry Bivol, a Russian who his country is in an active war with Ukraine, did he not just go to the scorecards? Let me tell you what separates you from Dmitry Bivol. Bivol understands what he has to do, and he went in there and did it. He did it so much to the fact that you cannot sit up here and deny that he absolutely dominated Canelo Alvarez. And they went to the scorecards. Neither fighter was knocked down in the fight. Canelo did try to body slam him, though, out of frustration. But Dmitry Bivol did what he's supposed to do. Now it's your turn there, Jamel Charlo. Now it's your turn. This was this article say over the on this power. Hmm. He wouldn't be talking about Austin Trout, right? He wouldn't be talking about Tony Harrison, would he? Because he was a head honcho. His brother Marley fought Austin. So he's saying, I'm going ahead and do it better. And Austin Trout was just too slick like goddamn Castro oil. And those punches were just flying over him. And then they was like, calm down, Mel Charlo. You hear DJ and you hear Maul over there. Calm down, bro. Calm down. They said he have a bad habit of relying too much on his power, loading up way too much and forgetting about his boxing. That's the chief reason Jamel was beaten by Tony Harrison in 2018. And why he was losing the rematch until he knocked him out in the 11th round in 2019. Now, this is coming from Boxing News 24. Do you think the Charlos are going to go up here and attempt to castigate them, get them shut down? 117, 111, Jamel. 114, 113, Castano. 114, 114. And he's worrying about the judges. It seems like the judges was looking out for you in that case. And just like they mentioned in the press conference, did you feel like when they asked Castano, they feel like he got some home cooking? Well, in the rematch, they took that away from you. Just like they're going to take it away from Errol Spence. They took it away from you. Now they have you in Carson, California. Now you're concerned that the conspiracy is in. The fix is in. The judges are there to get you out of there. But join Deontay Wilder's pulse. Join Deontay Wilder's heartbeat. Imagine what he felt like. Imagine what he felt like. Imagine what he felt like. Real talk. Imagine what he felt like walking to the ring and they was born him in his own country. They was born the man. You think he was worried about going to the scorecards? Unfortunately, Charlo doesn't have the ability to throw with power the entire round as he gasses, losing steam on his punches. Are y'all channels going to go knock out Boxing News 24 and tell them, what are you talking about? Are you going to criticize them? Because they saying some things that might make sense. He's so obsessed with getting a knockout that he lets Castano dominate the action for long stretches, hoping to land the perfect shot. You can argue that Jamel's one-punch knockout of Erickson Lubin in 2017 went to his head, making him believe he's a KO artist, and he's clearly not. Are you knocking on these guys' door? Are you knocking on their door? Are you trying to tear their platform down? It goes on to say Jamel doesn't possess Julian Jackson type of power. And he never will. I had to bring the pause in there because the ending was just so brutally harsh, and blatant. Jamel doesn't possess Julian Jackson type of power, and he never will. Though he has good power, is not superior to many of the other fighters in the division. Now, I don't agree so much with that because he's the unified champion. So I keep that shit sliced down the middle now. I didn't agree with that because he stopped Jason Rosario, who stopped J-Rock, who stopped Jerry Hurd. All right. He stopped Erickson Lubin. He didn't stop Brian Castano, though. The reason Charlo has knocked out a handful of guys in his last 4 years is more indicative of the 154-pound division being a weak one, like the 160 and 68-pound. See, here we go again. I don't agree with that. How, in one sentence, you can say he doesn't have the power? Okay, he doesn't possess the power, but yet you call the division indicative of the 154-pound division being a weak one. What? The 154-pound got mad talent in it. Mad talent. It's too many names. It's too many people that's waiting in the chute. Man, I keep it 100. He say, I don't want this fight to go the distance. It's Charlo talking. I don't get paid for overtime. Charlo said at his fight on Saturday night against Castano, I'm ready to destroy. Okay. All right. It's the only article I wanted y'all to listen in on because, I gave my checks and minuses on that shit. I didn't agree with the whole article. Him saying that Charlo don't possess power compared to the other fighters in the division, but then he goes on to say 154 is indicative of it being a weak division. Which one is it? Which one is it? He don't possess the power of a weak ass division? It don't even make sense because he only has one loss. You know what I'm saying? From a guy who outboxed him. Come on, man. Tony Boswell on deck with it. What's good? Much respect, WCS in the chat. Stop in and show support. Hit the like button. Salute. 100 just got off work, man. Appreciate you pulling up as always. There, Tony. Salute to you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? It's one more day down, and you have Friday, and you know what the weekend is. It's fight weekend, and it's that liberty. But hey, like I always say, thanks for pulling up. Thanks for supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying? It is fight week. We'll be back on here after the to talk about the aftermath. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna say post-fight reaction. Post-fight reaction. Well, here it is. Shout out to Jerron Ennis. Looking forward to him going in there, putting on a show. You know what I'm saying? Very talented fighter. You know what I'm saying? Looking forward to him step back in there, especially from a Thomas Delorme, dog. Thomas Delorme. Yes, I was the one who gave a full live from his 15th placing in the rankings all the way up to number 2. I just felt that if you was number 5, which you were before you stepped in there with the Thomas Delorme, you was ranked number 5, you won, and then the next month they moved you up to 2. Off a guy who had 2 straight losses. How is that possible? Anyway, man, appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Continue to support the channel. Don't get too mad off my words, man. It's not personal. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is on YouTube, man. I speak what I speak, and that's what I feel. Turn up the tuning to Combat Sports.